and welcome back to my channel. First of all, happy Thanksgiving and happy holidays to all of you that celebrate. In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to make this exact sweatshirt, and the best part about this is that this design is available for purchase. So after you purchase the design, you can refer back to this video and make sure that you get the cleanest and crispest results that you desire. For our materials, I'm starting off with my 11 by 13 Mighty Hoop. This design will be available in sizes 5 by 7 and up. So if you don't have this big 11 by 13 Mighty Hoop, don't fret, don't worry. The design does come in other sizes, so you will be able to stitch it out. Next, I'm using a Gildan sweatshirt. I usually use jerseys, but this is just an extra one that I had in the studio, so whichever you prefer. And our star of the show, I would say, this is Shannon Fabric's Luxe Cuddle Minky in mean green, and I think it is so fitting because we are of course doing a Grinch design and he's definitely mean. So I absolutely love this fabric. It is beautiful. I worked with Shannon Fabrics years ago and I love their products, and I'm definitely going to do a lot more videos showcasing their Minky. The next thing that we're going to be using is Heat and Bond Light. This is going to go on the back of our Minky so that it doesn't fray. We've also got some water soluble stabilizer, and this is Sulky's Solvy. As per usual, I'm using my cutaway stabilizer. You definitely want to use cutaway stabilizer when you're doing a design like this so that your design does not shift, it does not pucker, and it does not lose its shape and form after you unhoop it. To cut both my water soluble stabilizer and my cutaway, I'm just using my good old trusty pair of fabric scissors. And to also cut my stabilizer and my Minky fabric, I'm using my Olfa rotary cutter. Now if you would like to, you can always cut out your applique by hand, but I am going to cut my Minky fabric with my Cricut Maker 3 for this video. If you do not have a Cricut Maker, like I just mentioned, you can always cut it out by hand. If you have a Cricut Explorer, that will do. If you have a laser, that will also work. Whatever your preferred method is of cutting, it will work. Please do not judge my fabric grip mat. It has obviously been put through a good amount of work. Okay, you guys, I am in my design program. This is Hatch by Wilcom, and I absolutely love this program. This is what I use mainly to digitize, to edit, to tweak anything that comes with making an embroidery file, editing an embroidery file. This is my go-to girl. So I'm going to show you guys how to take the letters of this design file and export them into Cricut Design Space so that we can get our Cricut set up to cut these letters out. I am only going to use the Tackdown for this design because I don't want my satin stitches to encompass all of my fur and my lettering. But for right now, we are only focused on the first step of the stitch out. Let me hide the rest of these steps so that we can focus on number 1. And I will change it so that you can see it. This is our first step of the design of our Grinch letters. Your second stitch out is going to be your tack down stitch. Your third run is going to be your final stitch or your closing stitch. It is just the third and final stitch that you are using in your design for your applique. And I'm going to come over here to our left panel where it says toolboxes, and I'm going to press my export cutting button. You want to make sure that this is checked, not export current design. That is going to export everything, and we are not cutting everything. We are just cutting our placement stitch. You also want to make sure that you have the layout selected as digitized. I am going to export it to my downloads folder. You can export it wherever you want to, and I have the design name as RGF, and that's just resting Grinch face. Now mine is already exported here, so I don't have to export it again, but I'm going to meet you guys in Cricut Design Space so we can get cutting. Okay guys, I'm here in Cricut Design Space. Now I'm going to press upload, and I have a bunch of other uploads that I've done, but I'm going to upload my RBF letters, and I'm going to press upload. So we have our Grinch letters. I just like to change the color because it just kind of helps me so I made it my green. We are over in our layers panel. We are going to press our layer, which is all of the letters, so everything is here. Once you have that selected, you are just going to simply press attach. Attach is going to make it so that all of the letters cut in one sequence. Now I'm going to press make, and you can save your project. I will save it as Grinch outline. Now once we are saved, it's going to preview our cut, and I just like to make sure that it is nice and within my red boundary box. Now it is asking me to set my base material. So for this, I am going to choose faux fur fabric. I don't mess with the pressure. We're going to keep it on default. I already have my rotary blade loaded in, and now I'm going to go ahead and load my mat up so that we can get to cutting. Okay, y'all, now we have our Shannon Fabrics Luxe Cuddle Minky and Mean Green, and we are going to prep this so that we can get it onto our fabric grip mat and then get to cutting. I already know that it is about 7 inches wide from this edge to the top, so I'm honestly just going to leave that as it is. And I really do like Shannon Fabrics because they also sell these in strips, so this was a strip, so the height is already perfect. What I like to do is just go ahead and measure how much I need. So I need literally 12 inches. That's already on my fabric grip mat. I just like to make a little notch with my rotary blade, and I'm going to cut the rest of the strip. And you definitely will get some Grinch shavings, so be prepared for a bit of cleanup. Now I'm going to take my Heat and Bond light, and I am simply going to measure it out across my Minky, and I'm going to cut it directly where it lines up. There we go. We have a nice piece of Minky with a nice piece of Heat and Bond. Now I'm going to flip my Minky to the wrong side facing up, and I'm going to take my Heat and Bond light with the rough side facing down. So the paper side should always be facing up or facing you, and the adhesive or the rough side is going to be facing down onto the wrong side of the Minky so that it adheres to that back side. For this step, you can definitely just use an iron and iron on the back of your Heat and Bond light so that it adheres to your Minky, but I like to press it because I know that my press is hot enough, and I'm definitely going to get a super clean peel. So I'm going to simply lower my heat press and quickly adhere the Heat and Bond light to the wrong side of my Minky. I'm going to do this at the same settings that I always have my press at. So it's on 330 degrees, but I'm not going to hold it down for 30 seconds. I'm probably going to only keep it held down for about 5. Now I'm going to peel away my Heat and Bond from my Minky, and you will have a glossy back side of your fabric. And that's why I like to press it with my heat press instead of ironing it, because I find that when I use my little mini iron, sometimes I just don't have a clean adhered piece of Heat and Bond, and I have little pieces that just didn't stick. But this is perfect. As you can see, it's all glossy, so all of our Heat and Bond is securely attached to our fabric. Now that our Minky fabric is prepped with our Heat and Bond light, we are going to take this very well loved fabric grip mat, and I am simply going to press my Minky onto my mat. With this, I don't do anything special in terms of adhering it. Of course, as most of you guys know, that these do have a layer of adhesion onto the mat, already. I definitely need to clean mine so that the adhesion is better, but I'm just going through with my hand and smoothing it out onto the mat so that it is nice and secure. And I highly recommend using a fabric grip mat because it is just a stronger adhesion in terms of the fabric that you are using. Now I'm going to load my fabric grip mat into my Cricut maker, and I'm going to press go, and it is going to cut out our Grinch letters. Alright y'all, we are all done cutting, and now this is the fun part. I'm going to unload our mat, and I am simply going to peel from the top left corner, and our letters will reveal themselves. This part is so satisfying to me. There we go, our Grinch letters came out perfectly, and as you guys can see, we have a nice clean cut. And that is all because we used that heat and bond light on the back side of our fabric. Now let's get our sweatshirt hooped so that we can get stitching. I am taking my cutaway stabilizer. This is my Hoop Master Mighty Hoop Station, an adjustable fixture. I take my fabric scissors and cut along that edge. And again, I am using my 11 by 13 Mighty Hoop for this sweatshirt, but the design will have multiple sizes included. Once I make sure everything is nice and centered so that neckline and the top of this neckline are positioned how I want them, I smooth everything out. Then I take the top of my 11 by 13 hoop and I simply snap it onto the bottom. And I like to give the bottom of my sweatshirt a tug as well, so that everything in our hoop is nice and taut and we don't have any shifting or any loose spots. Now I'm going to simply lift up from each tab and get this hoop from the station. And then I'm going to slide the sweatshirt up. And we are all hooped and ready to start stitching on our machine. Say hey to my Melco Summit. This is Samantha, and she is my 16 needle commercial embroidery machine. I have talked a lot about this machine, but it is an absolute powerhouse, and I have really enjoyed getting to know this machine, and it is so much fun seeing what all it can do and handle every single time I load something up. As y'all can see, we have our design loaded up, and I do have my satin stitch showing in this design, but like I mentioned earlier, we are not going to stitch out the third step. We are only going to do 1, the placement stitch, and 2, the tack down stitch. A lot of you have asked me in previous videos what needles I'm using. These are the needles that I have used with my Melco Summit since I've had it. When you have a machine such as this one, it is so powerful and such a workhorse that it can handle really any type of project. As always, I'm gonna perform my trace to make sure that everything is going to sit nicely in my hoop and nothing is going to hit the edges. As you guys can see, we have our Grinch letters. I am going to take my 505 temporary adhesive spray and spray the back of each of my letters with this, and then I'm going to carefully line them up with my placement letters in my hoop. Our Grinch letters were cut out perfectly, and they lined up so nicely in our placement stitches, so we can do our tack down, and then we will get ready for our final steps. Now our tack down stitches stitched out absolutely beautifully. Everything is secure and lovely, and I am so happy with this design. I think it is so adorable. This is now where our water soluble stabilizer is going to come in. We do have to stitch out the words resting and face, and this water soluble stabilizer is going to help our satin stitches not sink in to the faux fur. With this stabilizer, I am simply just going to lay it in my hoop. I'm not going to spray anything on it. I'm not going to pin it. I am going to just lay it down just like this, and I'm going to run our final stitches of resting and face, and then we will be back for the last few steps. Alright y'all, we are almost done. So I am going to tear away my water soluble stabilizer. I like to start from the top left corner, and I'm going to pull this from my stitches. I really like the Solvay stabilizer because it rips away really clean, and this way you don't have to spray it with water, you don't have to throw it in the washer, you just rip it away and you're good to go. And this is a very high quality stabilizer, so it shouldn't give you any issues when trying to pull it off. You see how nicely that came off? And you also see how the word face is overlapping that Minky, almost all of the word is. That's why we use the stabilizer, because if I hadn't used the stabilizer, the Minky fabric would be poking through all of the pink and it would look messy. You wouldn't be able to tell but so much what the word was, and it overall just doesn't look as professional. Then I just always make sure I pull away any little pieces. I mean, come on, I love this design. I think it is so pretty, it's so fun, it's festive, and it honestly looks like something that you would find at a retail store. So if you would like to offer this design in your small business this year, or you want to make you and your family some adorable sweatshirts for the holidays, then I absolutely recommend getting this design. Lastly, I'm just going to go ahead and cut out my stabilizer from the back. And there we go, y'all. We have made our resting Grinch face sweatshirt, and it came out so beautiful. Again, this design is available for purchase on my website, TheArtsOfDani, that's DANI.com. I will have it linked in the description, and I am so excited for you guys to stitch this out. Please feel free to tag me in your stitch outs, send me pictures. I get so excited when I see you guys stitch these out, and I love to see what color combinations that you come up with. The shade of green that I found matched this Shannon Fabrics Cuddle Luxe in Mean Green was Robeson Anton's 5621. So if you guys are looking for the perfect green to stitch out with this design, I highly recommend that shade. I am so happy you joined me for this video, and I also want to say again, happy holidays. Thank you for all of the new subscribers for tuning into my channel and for just being so supportive. I cannot wait to have some more holiday videos coming for you guys. They have been so fun, and I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye guys.